Hey guys, Geek Gab here. Now, in this video, I'll be discussing the Omnitrix and the aliens in Ben 10 Omniverse. Now, I won't be talking about the aliens who have already previously showed up. I will only be talking about the strictly new aliens that show up in the series. Alright, now let me just go down to... here we go. Now, the only new aliens that show up are Astrodactyl, Atomics, Ball Weevil, Blocks, Bullfrag, Buzz Shock, Crash Hopper, Feedback, Gravitack, Gut Rot, Kickin' Hawk, Molestache, Pesky Dust, Shock Squatch, Toepick, the worst, and the introduction of the fact that Upchuck apparently has subspecies, which we'll get to in a second. Plus Walkatrout, Wampire or Vampire, and that's just about it. Now, I will name each one's actual species name, but for those that are unnamed, please bear with me. I'm only operating off of the information given. Now, here's the thing. Feedback is technically the first and last alien to show up in Ben 10 Omniverse. It's complicated. Now, he first shows up in a flashback scene where Ben is a kid again, but he's 11. Now, he can generate, manipulate, and absorb electrical and various types of energy. That's pretty much it. He was Ben's favorite alien, and in a fight against malware, he was removed from the Omnitrix, and as a failsafe, the Omnitrix would never accept DNA from the conductoid species ever again. And that is why Ben took off the Omnitrix for 5 years. Now, that's pretty much the basics of feedback. Then you get introduced to Blocks. He is a Segmentasapien, a gorilla-like alien race that looks like they're made out of Legos. Obviously, for legal reasons, they're not Legos, but they're basically Legos. Now, he can freely morph and shift his body into whatever shape he wants. So, he can make hammer hands, or turn into like a large wall, a dome, stretch his arms, you name it. He can even shoot off his fist like blocks. And he can build all kinds of constructs and structures that could be helpful. And he can separate his body. He also has space survivability somehow. Now, obviously, he does have limited durability because, like, if you're strong enough, you can just punch your way out of him and break him apart, but he can just build himself back together. And it's pretty much all you really need to know about blocks. Then you get introduced to Gravitack. He is a Galilean, and he's essentially like a walking humanoid planet, and can manipulate gravity. He has his own orbit. He can achieve a spherical form. He can make things lighter, make things heavier, lift things, crush things, create a black hole, etc. That's pretty much... sorry, there, guys. He can... Well, that's pretty much the basics of Gravitack. Then, now, I'm not doing these in, like, order of appearance. I'm just going through the tabs on my laptop, just making sure to cover all of these. Then you get Astrodactyl, who is from an unknown species, but he's essentially a pterodactyl-like creature that can manipulate energy of some kind, just green energy. He can shoot energy blasts, lasers, make energy whips, fly around, uses jetpack, shockwaves, etc. That's pretty much the basics of him. This is gonna be like a relatively short video, so it's really just to give you the bare basics that you need to know. Now, atomics, woof. Like, if we're talking aliens that aren't Alien X, that are Ben's most powerful aliens, atomics easily top few, if not his most powerful alien that isn't Alien X. Now, he's from an unknown species, from an unknown planet. He looks like a humanoid, robotic-looking alien that can generate and manipulate powerful atomic or nuclear energy. He can fly and just has immense physical strength and durability. So let me ask you. Let's say you're Vilgax and you show up in your massive battleship up in the sky, huge invasion fleet of, like, I don't know, 20, 30 ships, max. And you see Ben turn into atomics. Let's be honest. Are you really gonna think that you have any chance in hell against him? I don't think so, because he could essentially just, charge up hamana, 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 his catchphrase, and basically charge up like a Kamehameha wave or spirit bomb looking energy attack of just pure atomic or nuclear energy, and just absolutely annihilate Vilgax. And anyway, I mean, I finished the basics of atomics. I'll do a more detailed video about him in the future. Ball Weevil is also from an unnamed species. He looks like a weevil bug. He can spit up and start rolling up a bunch of stuff in a slime ball. Then he can launch it, and upon impact or anything, it will explode. Now, this race evolved alongside the Acrosians to clean up after them. I'll get to them in a second. Bullfrag is an incursion. He has all of like the humanoid frog-like abilities and powers you would assume he would have. He can breathe underwater. Pretty good hand-to-hand fighter. Good jumper. He can stick to and climb on various surfaces. You get it. That's the basics. Now, Buzzshock, that one is complicated because only Ben 10,000 and Kenny in the original series have been shown to ever use the alien in the entirety of the original series. Ben doesn't use it ever again in Alien Force, Ultimate Alien, or most of Omniverse. And anyway, it looks like a humanoid battery-looking alien, relatively small. Most of their thing is like electricity manipulation. They can duplicate, and they can travel through electrical systems, manipulate technology, and other stuff like that. They can fly, levitate, float, sonic screams. Sorry, guys. And that's pretty much the basics of it. Ben doesn't officially use the alien in his timeline until Omniverse. Anyway, it's one of those aliens that was implied to be unlocked off screen, but me personally, I don't choose to believe that's canon, because just because the creators say something doesn't make it true, in my opinion. Because it's like unless Ben mentions the alien, or they even show the silhouette on the Omnitrix, or show literally any sign of him unlocking an alien, the alien does not exist, or is just not available yet. Anywho, sorry for that little tangent. Crash Hopper is an orthopteran. He essentially looks like a humanoid grasshopper. Powerful jumper, powerful legs, really fast, but not the best physical fighter when compared to Humongosaur or Four Arms or stuff like that. And sorry, guys. God, I cannot stop yawning. Anyway, that's the basics for him. Gut Rot is from an unknown species. His innards look like a clear glass window, and his innards are a walking chemical laboratory. Now, he can mix and concoct different chemical mixtures and expel them as gas out of different holes in his body. Now, stuff we've seen him do is create pheromones, laughing gas, knockout gas, short-term amnesia gas, etc. Now, here's the thing. Even though these aren't shown, it's implied that even though we haven't seen him do these things, if he has access to any chemicals, he could theoretically create mustard gas or other biological warfare, chemical weapons, kind of attacks like that. Now, keep in mind, mustard gas, if Gutrot used it, that would be considered a war crime, so that's a serious matter. Just do not joke about that. But that does show how dangerous Gutrot could be if Ben properly educated himself on some of his like more versatile aliens that require a lot of like knowledge and intelligence to properly operate. Now, here's the thing. I don't know if he's strictly limited to just the periodic table of elements or chemicals that, I don't know if he's limited to just the chemicals on Earth, or if he can use chemicals that are found on other planets, because here's the thing, he's an alien, so you would think, maybe some of these chemicals on Earth might not exist on other planets because of different might not exist on different planets because of different planet atmospheres and environments. So I feel like it would be kind of interesting to see like what his limits are. Anyway, as far as the basics for him, now, Chicken Hawk is also from an unknown species. Now, here's the thing. The only members of Chicken Hawk species we have ever seen in Omniverse are Chicken Hawk and Liam. Now, given that information and the fact that they both look like chicken or rooster-like humanoid creatures, I feel it's safe to assume that they come from a humanoid rooster or chicken-like alien race planet, or at the very least humanoid bird-like aliens, and that the only two we've ever seen just happen to look like humanoid birds of the chicken or rooster variety. Now, he's said to be Ben's best hand-to-hand fighter by Ben himself. So that should just show, how good Chicken Hawk is as a fighter. Now, he also has sharp talons as, claws and feet talons, powerful beak, and, of course, spikes sticking out from his elbows. That's very much the basics of him. Mustache is also from an unknown species, but looks like a humanoid mole man. Not like mole man as in like the conspiracy theory thing. Anyway, their entire power is just manipulating facial hair, so he can manipulate his majestic mustache into different shapes, lengthen and enlarge it to create constructs like a helicopter to allow him to fly, large fists. That's pretty much it for his character. Pesky Dusk is a Nemuina, essentially a fairy-like creature that has a pretty similar fairy-like abilities, flight, etc. Their entire thing is that they can put you to sleep by shooting out pixie dust, kind of thing, and they can manipulate your dreams. And Shock Squatch, he is a Gymnopithecus. Now, he's complicated because technically he never showed up in anywhere but Ben 10 Omniverse officially. He didn't even show up in Ultimate Alien yet. Only in the Heroes United crossover between Ben 10 and Generator Rex. And he had a very different appearance. Anyway, he's essentially a Sasquatch-like alien that can generate a lot of electricity. However, even though he has like immense physical strength and powers, if you insulate him, like with rubber or foam or stuff like that, it can neutralize his electricity. But still pretty powerful ability. Pretty powerful alien. Topic is from an unknown species, and he has like what looks like a large metal helmet and cage over his head and face, and chains that go down to like a metal like waist thing around his underwear. And he can release gas. The gas itself doesn't have any special properties. It's just like him depressurizing as he slowly opens like the metal bar cages doors on his mask. And his true face is so fucking horrifying that most creatures are absolutely terrified of him. And even Ben himself is terrified of Topic. Such as show how powerful that is. Now, obviously, some creatures can't be scared by it, but pretty cool alien, I will say. Next is the worst. I'm not even kidding. Ben literally calls him the worst. He's an Atrocian. Now, these creatures are so disgusting and won't pick up after themselves that Ball Weevil's species evolved their abilities to clean up after them. Think about that for a second. You, as an alien race, are so disgusting that an entire different race has to evolve on your planet to clean up after you. The Atrocians, their home planet is just inhospitable because they can't pick up after themselves. Now, they are completely indestructible. In most ways, but they can still, they're nearly indestructible, but they can still feel pain. Think of it kind of like Captain Man from Henry Danger. Now, they still need oxygen, and they're also vulnerable to being aged to dust by the high rates of a Chronosapien or a Cronian, although it would take a while due to all the dead skin and calluses. And they can also be killed by something that disintegrates organic material. But other than that, they're damn near unkillable. Anyway, next is Walkatrout. He is a ichthypermubuloid. I hope I pronounced that right. Literally, their entire thing is just being absolutely useless. Just imagine just imagine Magikarp, but with like little stumpy legs and feet. Their entire power is just being, aquatic, being able to swim and live underwater, but also being slippery, and that's about it. That's it. Honestly, one of the worst aliens. Arguably the worst. even though I know there's an alien called the worst. Now, vampire, or vampire, however you want to pronounce it, I don't know. He is a Vladat, a vampire-like alien creature. They suck life force or life energy, not like blood or plasma. Now, they have most vampire abilities, and they can shoot a bat-like parasite that sticks to your forehead called a corruptora. And as long as it's on you, and you don't have slippery skin or very strong willpower, you can essentially control as many people as you want, however you want. But depending on how much willpower they have, they could be either fully conscious, but can't stop their body from doing whatever they're ordered to do, or they'll just be a completely mindless zombie. Ugh. Yes, master. All that. Now, they still have a weakness to bright light and sunlight. That's pretty much all the basics there. Now, the Omnitrix doesn't really change much in this series, other than appearance. It looks about the size of an Apple Watch, maybe bigger, maybe smaller. Doesn't change much in terms of features, and that's pretty much it. Now, in the next video, I'll discuss the reboot. Well, actually, you know what? I feel like I'll wait to do the reboot, and instead, in the next video, I will talk about alternate timeline and alternate dimension or universe versions of Ben 10 and their differences. I'll try to summarize them all, or at least most of them, in one video, but I'll still do more detailed individual videos on each of them on another day. Anyway, please subscribe, share with your friends, and hope you guys enjoy.